Well, I mean, you're also great at spankings. Did you see the video we just
What?
played?
What? Where did that come from? Okay. Okay, Fox host loses debate to Furry. Can't wait to see this.
Fox News, as always, sticking to the important issues. And Jesse Waters here decided to grill a furry.
Jesse Waters.
Yes, you heard that right. A furry.
All right, David, how old are you?
I'm 32.
And what are you supposed to be dressed up as here?
Well, currently, I'm a raccoon.
And why are
Okay.
you dressed up as a raccoon?
Well, isn't it fun?
For you? You tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, absolutely. I'm hoping it's fun for everyone around me. The joy of bringing smiles to everyone's face is really the only reason that I like to do this. Getting smiles and bringing people happiness in all sorts of ways. The
nice.
furries, I know specifically, are great at art and dance and theatrical performance.
Let me just pause here to give you a little bit of the backstory. So Ron DeSantis, of course, has been cracking down
I love
on trans
backstory.
people. He's been cracking down on drag shows. And basically, as an unintended consequence of one of those laws, it has now banned young people from going to any sort of furry event.
Really?
Why? Because the argument from the right is this stuff is like inherently sexual. Look, is it possible that in some instances, in some circumstances, this is sort of like a fetish thing for some people? Of course.
Obviously.
But that does.
This is where the confusion comes in. Obviously, you can dress in you can dress in a feminine way as a man and have it be sexual, but it's not because it's feminine, right? That's not the sexual part. And also, it's kind of a what is it called? Self-report. When you see a man dressed just like in a dress, you know, or like feminine outfits, or like makeup, or like wearing literally more clothes than your average woman, like your average cis woman wears on the daily, you know. And you call that sexual. That's a self-report because all you're saying is that you see all women everywhere as sexual and you're just upset that a man's doing it.
Mean that every furry event is sexual by its nature? That's just not true, right? That's not true. DeSantis effectively banned this. And of course, his sycophants
It is quite
on Fox
hilarious
News are going to rush out there to
that,
defend it.
furries
Oh, no,
are
he's
on
doing
Fox
really
News.
Smart, bro. Focusing on the serious issues, like adults wearing costumes.
Well, I mean, you're also great at spankings. Did you see the video we just played?
What? Where did that come from? Okay.
What's going on with the spankings at the furry conventions?
This is so disingenuous.
What?
Took a video of somebody dressed as a furry getting spanked, being hit with a paddle like once, and his extrapolation
Why did you think that was
from
a
that is
gotcha?
everything. It's all sexual. Any event with furries is 100% sexual. That's his takeaway from it. It's just dishonest.
There's a popular restaurant called the Habra House, and this is a restaurant that is pretty close to one of the conventions that we set up every year. And at the Habra House, it's customary in Germanic tradition to, I guess, slap the asses of all of the patrons. I don't know why.
I didn't know the German.
That's kind of a ridiculous
Wow,
response,
interesting.
too. That's kind of a ridiculous
But that's important context, right? Like, if that's what I don't know if that's true, but
response. Just make the argument I made, which is no, furry stuff is not inherently sexual in all circumstances. There are plenty of
Wait, no, don't make that argument. That's not as funny. I thought that was a funny response.
kid-friendly furry events. Just make that point. That's the point.
So why do you want kids around people dressed up as squirrels getting spanked?
Me personally, I don't.
Exactly. He doesn't.
Yeah.
No normal person does. It's just, again, total red herring.
Okay, I kind of want to watch this video without. No offense to Kyle Kalinske, but I don't want Kyle Kalinske commentating and me commentating.
And at the Habra House, it's customary in Germanic tradition to, I guess, slap the asses of all of the patrons.
I don't know the truth of that, but
I didn't know the Germans were into
thing.
that kind of kink, but there's a lot I don't know. So why do you want kids around people dressed up as squirrels getting spanked?
Me personally, I don't. I think that it's definitely an adult-only environment for that. The furry conventions themselves don't have anything to do with that, though. The furry conventions themselves are really about community and bringing people together. You know, a lot of us, we're not so socially
The Germans are into every kink. There's like German sex dungeon is literally a meme, isn't it?
It's a little bit tough.
Okay.
You know, it's easy to make fun of furries.
So why
True.
are you upset that kids are not allowed to be at the furry convention?
Well, me personally, I think that it is a great way to include everyone, no matter what their age. It's nothing. There's nothing inherently sexual about these conventions. You have panels that teach you how to.
I think that it's a mistake to even say that the conventions aren't sexual, like directly. I think instead, like the best response to this is, well, I mean, I'm upset for the same reason you wouldn't be allowed to bring your kid to any environment. Imagine if there were a law saying you can't bring your kids to church. And quite frankly, Mr. Waters, I think I could make a very strong argument for that one.
Create costumes or dance or we have variety shows and all kinds of stuff, but it's not sexual. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay, you say it's not sexual. That's fine. We have video that proves otherwise.
How?
But if
Wait,
the
show
governor
it.
said you can't have kids at the convention, why wouldn't you just say, okay, it's too bad, move on? Why are you and your crew so insistent on having the kids there?
You can literally ask the same question about church. Straight up. Just turn the question around. You don't even have to address that question. Just say, okay, why are you so insistent to bring your kids to church? You understand that they're way more prone there to being abused, and yet you're so insistent to have them there. Why? That's how you answer that.
So I don't think that there's a huge backlash, but I mean, I could be wrong. There's, from my understanding, it is, from my understanding, the convention just wants to avoid any legal gray areas that might be present in the law. It's we're missing.
But that's the point, right? So these laws are written in a very vague way so that they can be vaguely applied. So like they're written in such a way that it could be applied to almost any event, right? That like people are wearing animal costumes at. It could be applied to Disney World itself, right? In exactly the same way. But they're not going to apply it to things that are just like or mascots. Think about like a baseball game, right? Where the mascot is just dressed up as like the animal that they're a mascot of, right? Or you know what I mean? Like literally you can do the same thing. You can apply the same standard, but they won't. They would never do that at a baseball game because it's baseball, right? It's American. Of course you can dress up in an animal costume and stand on the field and dance in front of my kids. It's fine. This is baseball. But you do it at a furry convention now it's sexual.
Stood as a group, and it's very easy to vilify us.
Okay. Do you blame yourself at all for being misunderstood? I mean, you're the one dressed
God,
up
what a
as
smug piece of shit. What a smug
raccoon.
bastard.
Oh, absolutely. I think
What I wouldn't do to Minecraft, his face,
this
man.
is
I swear.
absolutely crazy and weird and fun. And that's the point. I think,
I want to like push his cheekbones in. Just like push them, just like make them concave. You know what I mean? Specifically his cheekbones.
it's supposed
All
to
right.
gain attention. I like being on stage. I like performing as a character. I like bringing joy to people.
Okay.
That's why I
If
do
I
it.
came to one of
there
your
are hundreds of thousands
conventions,
of furries.
David, or maybe we sent Johnny to the convention, what should we dress up as?
You can
A worm, a tick.
dress up however you want. We've had Jack
A coffin.
Sparrows show up. We've had all kinds of different animals. What kind of animal do you think you would be?
Probably a dinosaur. David,
A dinosaur. I like that.
I got to run. Good luck. And don't sweat
Thank you
too
for
much.
having me on.
Thank you very much.
Ugh, I hate Jesse Waters. Man, I know that like he's not cut out for debate. I guess he could have done worse, but you're on the defensive. That's the whole point. It's enough that you're just standing there in an animal costume. Don't agree to go on Fox News if you're not ready to combat them. You know what I mean? Like he's clearly just trying to like, he had the best of intentions, clearly. He just wanted to show that like, hey, we're safe. We're fine. It's all fine. We're just dressed up in animal costumes. It's fun for the whole family, right? And it is. And I know that that was his intention, but unfortunately you're facing against Jesse Waters and he's trying to make you look bad. So you just got to be ready to combat that. Jesse Waters would make a good Scaly, though. I mean, he is literally a lizard person. His persona is obviously mosquito. Yeah, exactly. There you go. But like I said, the best way to combat that is, I think this is a good point to make. So you're going to hear the question a lot, right? Why do you want your kids to go to drag shows? Why do you want kids to be there, right? Why do you want kids to be at furry conventions? Why do you want kids to be, eventually it might be anime conventions. We don't know, right? The answer is, why do you want your kids to be at church? Why do you want your kids to be at church? Because they can't combat that. Because once they say, well, church isn't sexual, got a lot to talk about there, buddy. In all seriousness, they're going to ask you that question, and the answer is, the real answer, by the way, because we live in a free country. And I like taking my kids to things that are child-safe environments that I think that they would enjoy, okay? It's a free goddamn country. That's why. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. You can join my channel membership at youtube.com/AlecGunther/TTV/join for only 99 cents a month. That's less than the price of a blowjob from your mom. You can be part of the channel membership program, and you will get early access content, as well as a sweet badge next to your name and exclusive emotes to use in the comments that nobody else gets. Thank you again, and I will see you all in the next video.